Governor Ron DeSantis' administration has taken aim at a local bar for indecent exposure. The establishment in Wynwood offers weekend drag shows the governor says are sexually explicit and should not be conducted in the presence of young children.
Good evening. My name is Ambrosia Starling. I am the unofficial Empress of Equality for the Tri-States in Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. I am the only living historical figure recognized by the state of Alabama who is also a drag queen. And I have got to call attention to something that is not political, but is social and is being used politically against all of us, and something that could seriously roll back a whole lot of things. For a few years now, the Republican Party has been trying to shame us for our use of drag queens, for entertainment, for those of us who have the ability to speak clearly and call attention through our presentation to problems, troubles, and issues. They have recognized that the lift, that the emotional source of energy that you get from watching a drag show and forgetting about your troubles for a little while is a source of strength for our community. And they've been trying to attack it in many ways. And now they've gone back into the books and they've used post-World War II laws that were originally designed to curb that behavior of heterosexual people as an excuse to claim indecency against the sexual and gender minority community. And unfortunately, we have played into this just a little bit. Listen, I've done this myself. Everybody's had that last number. You need to make an extra $50 because rent is due on Monday. And you go out there and you work the stage like stripper who can't find a pole. And it's a thrill to the crowd. It's shocking. It's the end of the night. They get a whole bunch of kicks and woo-woos out of it, and they throw lots of money. It's a cheap way to pay the bills in a punch. But your talent should get you to the point to where you only need that one song at the end of the night. Even someone like myself, who is still, I consider it to be a mediocre talent, I consider myself to be the best filler in the business. I will find that music niche, that music song, that music piece that nobody else is doing. I will be the variety in your show every single time. And every single time I walk out there, I'm going to do a piece of music or an impersonation or an interpretation in a way that they love. But I'm nobody's headliner. I never tried to be. I just tried to be the best person I could be when I walked out there on that stage for the loneliest soul in the room. I was never focused on the party people. I was focused on uplifting the people in the back of the room. Because if you can lift up the people in the back of the room, then everybody else is going to come along for the party. That's the way I was trained. Unfortunately, now that we're getting out into the public and we're getting out in the daylight, I'm working with the quality organizations that they can't find a family-friendly drag queen. I've succeeded to the point to where I'm opening opportunities and I'm opening doors for drag queens to MC for women's reproductive rights marches, to get out there and do like I did back in 2003, do an elementary school fundraiser and paint 12 faces for a womanless beauty pageant to raise funds so that the girls softball team gets uniforms. We have ways and abilities to be good ambassadors to our community and for our community. But when it comes to doing these daytime shows and where there are children and kids involved, I am terribly sorry, but my dear, a scanty, see-through anything is not going to work. And under the decency laws, which in the state of Florida are so vaguely written, a nude-colored outfit, meaning a full-length gown in nude fabric, if the shape of your nipples can be seen through it, is going to get you clocked under the law. Now, I don't want to see drag queens going back to the world where we all had to put on a pair of whitey-tighties, some men's socks, and men's shoes because the left and the right were not considered separate articles. You had to have 3 articles of male clothing on and 1 male accessory. So everybody had a Timex watch in their door just to get home. And dumbest thing, you can't take that off and be cute and straight in and out to get your order at the Waffle House. You're going to have to get your ass beat by the rednecks or you're going to get picked up by the police and sent to jail. That's not a universe any of us wants to live in as drag queens or entertainers. That's not a place that we need to be bringing our community back to as drag queens and entertainers. And the way that we stop it all, and then we stop them in their tracks, is we do exactly as our great forebears did. Okay, do it. Don't do it like the drag queen you knew. Do it like the goddess that she learned it from. We can operate in spite of the laws. We can exist in spite of the laws, but you need to know what they are, and you need to be sure you're not breaking any of them. You need to leave all the nasty. Remember, these laws were originally written to curb and control heterosexual behavior, so let the heterosexual people be the nasty ones. You're going to have to let Cardi be the one popping her coochie at a televised event. Okay? You're going to have to let Janet Jackson be the one that was so careless that she went out there with a bra strap that might break. You're going to have to let Rihanna be the only stupid host singing to herself in the mirror. Raise up. Class it up. There is so much music out there and so many different ways that you can bring and present a piece for interpretation that can uplift and inspire and call these people to their own dignity by showing yours. Now, this business down here in Florida, if you are a club or bar owner, I hope you are paying attention to what I'm about to say. That is a warning shot. I'm sorry, I had to cut myself off because there's so many layers to this that I started to go down my own rabbit hole. The main point and focus that we all need to be paying attention here is that Florida is using 1947 post-war human decency laws that were designed to control the behavior of heterosexual people against the sexual and gender minority community. Now that they've done this, now that they've started to weaponize the existing laws against us, every gay bar and every entertainer is going to have to go back into the world where we existed in spite of these laws, and we entertained in spite of these laws, and we operated our businesses in spite of these laws, not because they were there. And some of, if congratulations, if you're in a city of, 500,000 people plus, and your gay bar has never been targeted by the health department, the fire department, the state liquor board, congratulations. But for the vast majority of club owners, if you've been living in these past few comfortable years like you're not the first target for the local county sheriff, for the local district attorney, for the local commissioner who wants to make good on the Republican side of the ticket, well, baby, welcome back. Welcome back. Ladies, get ready for it, because if we don't stop with these see-through outfits, if we don't clean up our act at nighttime so that we can practice to do right when we go out in the daytime, we are not only going to lose booking opportunities for ourselves outside of these clubs, we're also going to lose opportunities for our entire community. Everybody's got a level of responsibility here that we're going to have to just step it up a level. And I get it. I understand. I've been doing this for 30 years. Baby, trust me. The package, it don't look bad now, honey, but it used to look mighty damn good. And when I was young and I didn't have enough talent to be sure that my bills were paid before the last number, and I had to do something to be sure that I had that money to get that last $50 for my rent, yes, I went out there in a thong looking like a stripper, can't find a pole. Everybody does it. The crowd gets excited, they all woo-woo, it's the end of the night, they're drunk as all get out, and they throw a lot of money, and you pay your bills. But if you don't have enough talent to carry you forward so that is your last resort at the end of the night, boo-boo, you shouldn't be on the stage in the first place. Club owners, pay attention. The behavior and activity of your entire bar staff, most especially your drag queens because they're the most visible, cannot include drugs, prostitution, or a stripper who can't find a pole. We're going to have to go back to the old code. Old code says you give the heterosexual strippers in all the titty bars a chance and opportunity to make their money until midnight. After midnight, it's fair game, but don't be doing it too much and too often, because you don't want to get that reputation, and you don't want your club to get that reputation. It's got to be clean, classy, and dignified, because you don't know who's hiding in the freaking corner and whether or not they've got a badge tucked up underneath the ID that they came in there with. And don't say it doesn't happen. I went through it in the 90s. I went through it in the 2000s. The Dothan Police Department actually had my name on file and record because another drag queen was being investigated that worked in the same club with me. That's what was going on in the good days. Right now, these people can't openly sell their racial discrimination. They can't openly sell their religious discrimination, but they can openly sell discrimination against the LGBT community. And anytime any one of them does anything, they automatically become a great mock champion of Jesus. Now, as it relates to the club that's down there in Orlando, I'm not making excuses for anybody. I saw what I saw on the video. It appeared to me to be a see-through outfit and a child. That was all I honestly needed to know as a drag queen, a human being, and an entertainer. I am sorry. If you don't have enough clothes, you need to cut a number. If you don't have enough talent, you shouldn't be there. We have come to a point in time where being reckless and loose with the rules and the regulations and how much class and dignity we show and how much ass and suggestiveness and sexuality we show is not in balance with what we want to be represented as. If that's how you want people to respect you like that 24/7, then you have to present yourself like that 24/7. So ladies, I love you. Get up off that floor, save your knees for your old age so you can still keep juking like I do 30 years on. Hey, I know it ain't great. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I looked at it in the mirror before I came over here and sat down. But you know what? It's been 30 years I've been selling clean, classy, and dignified with integrity on the side. And for 30 years, they keep calling and they keep buying. So what was optional for longevity is now a requirement for the community. Club owners and queens, class it up, raise it up. Become bulletproof under the law. Operate in spite of the laws and don't be afraid because of them.